Welcome to Forgotten Antiquity, where we explore the myths, legends, and lost stories of our ancient past. Today, we'll journey into one of the world's oldest creation stories, a tale that begins with the gods of ancient Sumer, long before the rise of modern civilization. The story of Enki, the god of wisdom, water, and creation, stands at the heart of this ancient mythology. The Sumerians, who lived in what is now modern-day Iraq, believed their gods were deeply involved in the creation of mankind and the shaping of the world. Stay with us as we unravel the mysteries of ancient civilizations, piece by piece.
In the beginning, before humankind walked the earth, before cities rose, and long before the sands of time settled into history, there were the Anunnaki, the gods of Sumer, dwelling far beyond the stars. Among them was Enki, the god of wisdom, waters, and creation. This is his story. The story of how Enki, the compassionate god, shaped the world, crafted mankind, and forever altered the destiny of our planet. Long ago, in the distant reaches of space, the Anunnaki lived on a planet called Nibiru. Nibiru was a magnificent world, filled with life, but it was also a world in crisis. The atmosphere of Nibiru was deteriorating, and the only solution to preserve their home was the procurement of gold. The Anunnaki, being an advanced civilization, knew that Earth, a planet orbiting a distant star, was rich in the gold they desperately needed. Enki was chosen to lead the expedition to Earth, to extract the precious gold, and in doing so, save his people from catastrophe. The mission was perilous. Earth was an uncharted territory, filled with untamed wilderness and devoid of intelligent life. But Enki was undeterred. His sense of duty to his people was stronger than any fear. And so, with his crew of Igigi, lesser Anunnaki tasked with serving the higher gods, he embarked on his journey through the stars. After a long voyage through the cosmic void, Enki's ship descended upon Earth. The planet was beautiful, lush, and untouched. Rivers meandered through dense forests and the air was fresh, unpolluted. Yet, despite its beauty, Earth was a planet ruled by nature, and the resources Enki sought were buried deep within its crust. The first settlement was established, Eridu. It would become the cradle of civilization, the center from which the gods would begin their work. Enki, with his vast wisdom, oversaw the establishment of mines, where the Anunnaki would begin their laborious task of extracting gold. At first, the work proceeded smoothly. The Igigi, under Enki's direction, toiled in the mines, and shipments of gold were sent back to Nibiru. But as the years passed, the labor became unbearable. The Igigi, who had once been loyal and hard-working, grew tired and restless. Their bodies ached, and their spirits were broken. They were not meant for such labor, and soon their discontent gave rise to rebellion. Faced with a looming revolt, Enki sought a solution. His mind, sharp as ever, pondered the mysteries of life. What if there was a way to create a being that could take over the labor in the mines, a being intelligent enough to understand commands, yet subservient enough to carry out the god's will? Enki's gaze turned toward the native creatures of Earth, the hominids. Primitive and lacking in intelligence, they roamed the forests and grasslands. But Enki saw potential in them. With the knowledge of genetic manipulation, passed down through the eons by the Anunnaki, Enki conceived a bold idea: to merge the divine essence of the gods with the physical bodies of Earth's creatures. Working in secrecy, Enki, along with his half-sister Ninhursag, the goddess of healing and life, began their experiments. In a sacred chamber, away from the prying eyes of Enlil, Enki's brother and chief rival, they combined the DNA of the Anunnaki with that of the Earth's hominids. The result was the first prototype of what we now call mankind. The early humans were not perfect, but they were strong, intelligent, and capable of following commands. Enki and Ninhursag worked tirelessly to refine their creation, and soon the first true human emerged. They called him Adamu, the prototype of modern man. Adamu and his descendants would serve the Anunnaki, working the mines, tending to their needs, and ensuring the continuation of the mission. But Enki did not see mankind as mere slaves. While Enlil viewed humans as tools, Enki saw them as his children. He took great pride in his creation, and secretly taught them the ways of the gods. knowledge that would help them survive and thrive. Under Enki's guidance, humanity learned how to farm, build, and understand the stars. Enki's compassion for mankind would become the foundation for a great civilization, one that would rise in the fertile lands of Mesopotamia. However, Enki's compassion for humanity did not sit well with his brother, Enlil. Enlil, a strict and authoritative god, believed that humans should remain subservient, mere workers to serve the will of the gods. He feared that Enki's teachings would empower them, giving them the tools to challenge the divine order. The tension between the two brothers reached a boiling point. Enlil demanded that humanity remain in ignorance, toiling in the fields and mines without the wisdom of the gods. But Enki, ever defiant, continued to impart his knowledge to humans in secret. To Enlil, mankind was a disturbance, a mistake in the divine order. He made a fateful decision: to let the coming catastrophe of a flood rid the earth of its inhabitants for good. Enki, though bound by the council's decree, could not bear to see his creation perish. In secret, he reached out to a man named Ziusudra, the most righteous among humans. Enki whispered through a dream, warning him of the coming deluge. "Build a great boat," Enki instructed. "Take your family, the animals, and the seeds of life. For when the flood comes, you must survive, and life must continue." Ziusudra followed Enki's guidance. He built the boat, and as the dark clouds gathered, he was prepared for the great storm that would consume the earth. For 7 days and 7 nights, the floodwaters raged, drowning cities, mountains, and all that lay in their path. Enlil watched with satisfaction as the waters rose, cleansing the earth. When the floodwaters finally receded, the earth lay in silence. Humanity had nearly perished, but through Enki's wisdom, life endured. Ziusudra, the chosen survivor, stepped onto dry land, the weight of a new world upon his shoulders. The gods, having watched from afar, retreated to their domains. Enlil, though frustrated by humanity's survival, accepted the will of fate. He returned to the skies, ruling from the distant heavens. Enki, ever the guardian of life, remained close to earth, watching over mankind as they began anew. He vowed to guide them in secret, ensuring they never faced such devastation again. And so, the gods withdrew, leaving humanity to rebuild.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more stories from the ancient world. And be sure to turn on notifications so you never miss an adventure into history's greatest mysteries.